So hello once again, fellow Unity developers. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at making some extremely basic enemy AI. So one thing before I'm going to start is I'm just going to get our enemy, and I'm going to press W and drag him down here to the bottom so we can see how he moves later on. So let's jump right into the AI. It's going to be pretty basic, but I think this should suit the purposes of this game just fine, at least for the time being, and then later on we could add some complexity if you want. But really, you can use any kind of AI here that you want. So the way that this is going to work is we're going to assign the enemies what we'll call a moveset. So for example, the enemy will move down for 2 seconds, maybe left for 1 second, and then right for 1 second before it repeats its moveset and does that all over again. So let's jump into some code. We'll go into bullet.enemy.cs. And from what I just said, there's a simple class that we can create right off the bat. So we're going to create a class called move, and this is going to be used to describe the direction and duration of a move. So we'll go down to the bottom here and we'll create this outside of the class. Just put it down here and we'll say public class move. Now inside move we said we want a direction, so our direction will be a key code, and we'll call this which key. So this can be like keycode.w, mouse 0 or whatever, so we'll be able to recreate a player's input with our enemy. And we'll also go float duration. As well as that, we'll want a constructor, so we'll go public move, and in here we'll put keycode which key, and here we'll put float duration. And inside the constructor we'll just set the variables. And actually just one thing to remember is to make these public, so let's do that now. Okay, so that's our move class done. And then since we said we want to have numerous moves one after the other, this means we need something like a list to hold them. So let's go up to the top of bullet.enemy, and let's make a new variable called moveset, and it's going to be a list of moves. We'll call that moveset. Okay, and then we'll actually want a current move that we're making out of the moveset. So we'll call this move current move. And then just for handiness sake, we'll have a int move index, and this will be the index of whatever move we're using from the moveset, if that makes sense. Okay. Now let's save ourselves some time here. Let's go into bullet hell player, and we'll copy this part of our bullet hell player's take input, and we'll just copy that inside the top of the enemy's take input. So instead of using input.getKey, what we can actually do is we can use our current move .which key. So let's copy that and we'll just paste it instead of our input.getKey here. And then we'll get rid of these extra brackets. So that's pretty self-explanatory, but how do we actually decide what our current move is? Well, we can make a new function for that, and let's call it decide move. So we'll go private void decide move, and we can call this at the top of our take input. So let's actually break down what we want decide move to do. Since we're doing a duration for each move, we need to do something similar to the projectile's cooldown, except our cooldown length is the duration of the move. And when that time for the move is up, we're going to go to the next move in that move set, so we're going to increment our move index. And then if we reach the end of the list, we'll go back to the start. So we'll want a variable to hold the time when we started our move. So at the top of bullet enemy, you can go float move start time. And then in our decide move, we'll go if time.time is greater than move start time plus current move .duration. We'll increment the index. So we'll go move index plus plus. And then we'll need to check if our move index is incremented past the amount of variables inside our moveset. So we'll go if move index equals moveset .count. In this instance, we'll loop back our move index to 0. So we'll go move index equals 0. And then we'll want to set our current move. So we'll go current move equals move set move index. And finally, we'll want to set our move start time equals time.time. So what's going to happen here is we'll start our game and we'll start our move, and then until that move's duration is up, we'll keep on doing that move, and then when that duration is passed, we'll move on to the next move. So that's pretty self-explanatory, I think. So let's actually assign some variables into our move set, and we can actually initialize this list right here if we write it like this. So we can go equals new list of move, we'll put our brackets there, and we'll put these curly brackets. And then in here, we can actually create our moves. So we can go new move keycode.w, and we'll do this for 2 seconds. We'll do another move, and this will be keycode.d for 1 second, and we'll do another move keycode.a for 1 second. Now, one last thing actually. Since our timer here uses current move dot duration, but at the start of our game, current move isn't even defined, it's going to be null. We need to set this in our start function. So here we can go and add current move equals move set 0. It's always going to be the first one in our move set. So let's give the game a test and see what happens. So we can see that our enemy follows his moveset. He's going to go for 2 seconds, going to go right for 1 second, left for 1 second, and he's going to loop back and go again. So that's going to be the basis for our enemy's AI. Now I'm going to try to keep videos on one topic, so that's why I'm going to cut this one short. In the next video, we're going to put together all of the things that we've done so far, and we're going to generalize some of our code. You should see the game starting to come together then. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.